Welcome to our section today. This is Tuya Lab, Episode 2, Develop a Smart Plug in 30 Minutes. So here with me today is my colleague at Tuya Smart India, Gagan and Arpit. Hi, Gagan. Arpit, say hello to our audience.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the second episode of Tuya Lab.
Hi everyone, this is Ep.2.
Thank you. Without further ado, let's begin today's session. As a perfect market entry item, the smart plug is affordable, easy to use, and has abundant uses in our daily life. In today's session, my colleague Gagan is going to share with you some of the wonderful use cases that are popular in the market. Then I'll introduce you how our IoT cloud platform can help you get into this smart home business. So after that, our star speaker today, Arpit, will give you a vivid live demo of developing a smart plug within 30 minutes. So if you have any questions during the demo, please leave a message in the comment column and we'll get back to you right after the demo. Now let's welcome Gagan.
Hi everyone, hope you are able to see my screen. Good afternoon once again. So let's kick off this great session by not only introducing you to a great smart device, but also letting you know how you can best use it. So we all have seen a 2-socket or a 2-pin or a 3-pin device, which is generally connected to an electrical source. We all know what that is. It is called a plug. But how to make it a smart plug is what we will discuss during the entire session. So a smart plug is nothing but a small adapter that can easily be plugged into a regular electrical wall outlet, but it has to be connected to a Wi-Fi source. So once it connects, it can be controlled remotely or via an application which has to be installed on your smartphone. In simple ways, a smart plug is a very simple accessory to automate the wired devices in your home. So we all use plugs, or we might be using a smart plug. So what are the best uses of a smart plug? You can control it via Wi-Fi. You can use one app to control your entire house. It works with Amazon, Alexa, your voice control. You can easily get a remote access to those smart devices. There's energy monitoring, which will help you to monitor and lower your expenses. Then obviously there is the scheduling, which is one of the biggest use cases of a smart plug. You can easily schedule a smart plug onto various devices and use those devices accordingly. Now, which are the appliances that can be used via a smart plug? Obviously, Wi-Fi routers, one of the biggest uses, your water heaters, air purifiers, coffee makers, pet feeders, lawn sprinklers, ACs, fans, lamps. There are endless number of use cases where or appliances which can be easily used with the help of a smart plug. Now, one of the benefits of using this smart plug, you can not only automate your lights, that is one function that we generally use on a regular basis. You can also pinpoint those energy hungry appliances and save on your expenses. You might not be knowing what is vampire power. So let me introduce you to that concept. Vampire power is the power that your electronic devices use when they are on standby mode. We all must be using a lot of devices like this on a daily usage. You can easily reduce the power consumed with the use of a smart plug. You can even start cooking while doing your other chores, while you are at work with the help of such smart plugs. Now, who all are selling these smart plugs? There is Wipro, there's Cisco, there's Philips, there's GE, there's TP-Link. There are so many products, there are so many brands who are already selling these smart plugs, which are easily available in the market, both online as well as offline. In terms of online sales, you have it on your screen. There's Wipro, there's Helia, Okta, there's Casa, there is HBN, everywhere, Homemade, Zebronics. There's so many players who are already selling it online at a very affordable price. In terms of offline, you might have seen smart plugs in usage of freestanding units, wherein a lot of devices have been connected and used. Now, coming to the last but not the least, that how it helps brands or manufacturers Data is the key in IoT business. On our IoT platform, you can not only create and manage a branded app, but also manage all the different smart products. What gets exciting is that you can view the data of your smart products on the dashboards with trend graphs like total activated devices, active devices, registered users, faults, and feedbacks from the end users, and also the geographic distribution of the products that have been sold. So all this data helps the brand to improve its sales operations and end customer feedback and support. This is one of the biggest uses of a smart plug. Thank you. Hope you all enjoy the next part of the session.
Thank you, Gagan. If you want to get a feel of a smart home, I believe a smart plug is exactly what you need. Develop a smart device, improve your customer experience with your branded app, and run data analysis for better device management and operations. These sound like a lot of work, but no worries. That's where Tuya IoT Cloud Platform comes in to help. Tuya Smart is the leading global IoT cloud platform. By the end of 2020, our platform has served over 262,000 developers around the world, and smart devices powered by Tuya are available in more than 220 countries and regions in over 100,000 stores all over the world. We offer product development, app development, and cloud development. From a simple smart device, say a plug, to an app that serves as a control hub, to SaaS solutions, we got you covered. Product development is never an easy job. It's a collaborative work by ID design, electric engineering, firmware engineering, testing, QA, etc. And it takes months to make a decent sample, let alone smart product development. The first problem you need to tackle is networking protocol. Luckily, Tuya Smart offers network modules that cover most of the mainstream protocols, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, narrowband IoT, etc. What's more, following our intuitive workflow, anybody with zero coding skills can develop a smart device from scratch. And our MCU low-code development can save you most of the coding troubles. Say, I have a bunch of amazing smart devices ready. Now what? How to formulate my product ecosystem? We offer 3 types of app services to help you build up a control hub to deliver the ultimate customer experience. An OEM app can be launched as fast as within a week with no coding skills required. But the app SDKs and the UI bits bundle are the real killers. You can have your app inherited your brand DNA. If neither of these can satisfy your needs, tailor-made is always your go-to option. IoT can be so simple as to switch on and off a plug, and it can be so complex as to bring in new business. Our platform opens up basic IoT capabilities like device management, AI scenarios, data analytics services, so developers can use our open APIs to develop different industry solutions. IoT development is made easy like never before. It's time and cost effective on our Tuya IoT cloud platform. Thanks for your attention. Before the real show begins, here's a quick reminder. If you have any questions during the live demo, please feel free to leave a message in the comment column, and we'll get back to you at the Q&A section. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to our rock star today, Arpit. Harper is gonna give you a vivid live demo of developing a smart plug in 30 minutes.
So it was an amazing start by Gagan and Archie. Now let's understand smart plug in more details. How one can develop a smart plug. So this one is a block diagram of a smart plug. Basically, a typical smart plug contains 7 blocks. So you can see the 7 blocks in it. Electronic circuit contain a power supply. So as it also contain one. So what power supply do? Here we supply a 230 volt to this block, and it will give 5 volt DC supply. Then this 5 volt is further supplied to the voltage regulator. Then it will give 3.3 volt DC supply. So remember, this 3.3 volt is very essential. All the smart devices, like in our almost model work on a 3.3 voltage. So this is very essential to develop a 3.3 voltage in mainly all the smart circuits. So as you can see, the other block is power metering. So this one is also very essential block. Basically, what it is do, the AC supply is directly powered through this, and it calculate all the voltage, current, and the power consumption of the device, of the output device, and supply data to the Tuya module. So Tuya module capture this data and again push this data to the cloud, and it will show in your app. So you can easily monitor how what is the power statics is going on with the appliances. Then other block is switch, tactile switch. So this one, this switch is basically is a two use. First is it used as a pairing method. When you want to pair your smart devices with your app, this switch is used for taking an input from the user, and other uses for getting devices on and off by this switch. The other two blocks are LED, indication LED, and the output relay. So basically, these two are the output blocks. One is indication LED is used to show the status of the relay, and as well as the status of the Wi-Fi connection. It is connected, device is connected or not. And the output relay is a very essential block here. As whatever with the devices is connected to the smart plug is directly connected to this relay only. So basically, this relay take a input from a TIA module. So module provide an input according to the state which plug needs to be. If it is in on state, it provide a high signal to the relay, and relay gets on, and simultaneously the output appliances whichever is connected to the plug is get on. So next is schematic of the smart plug. As I already show you 7 blocks of the smart plugs. So these are just that only. Here you can see this is the power supply. This one is a power supply section. Here 230 volt AC is given, and 5 volt output DC is here. And further 5 volt DC is processing to the voltage regulator. Then you will get a 3.3 voltage at here this point. And this block is a power metering block. Here the 3 wires are connected to the modules for capturing all the metering data. And the other block is the switch is here. This is used for taking user inputs. And there is an indication LED, so it is here. And the last block is a relay. So this one is here. So as the hardware is completed, I just want to show the exact PCB of the plug. This one is a hardware of plug, typical. So here you can see the module. This one is a TIA module, and there is a power supply section, and this one is a relay. And here you can see a tactile switch and the indication LED. So all are integrated here, and here you get the 230 volt input supply, and the load is connected through this pin. Okay. I'm moving to next, how to create a smart plug with a TIA platform. So for doing that, you need an account on a TIA platform. So I already have one, so I'm just logging it. So you can see this one is my account. So there is an option of product. You can go to from there and you can create directly from the home screen from here. Start creating a product. So plug there you can see there are multiple category for appliances. We have electrical, lighting, sensors, large home appliance, small home appliance, like this. So the basically smart plug lies in an electrical category. So you can see there is a socket. You need to select the socket. Then Tuya have a multiple topology. We have a many topology and many protocol. So on which protocol you want to develop a product, you can select that protocol. So I just going to show you on a Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth. So I have selected this one. So in this you can see there are 5 type of plugs. So basically this one is without metering, this one is metering, this one is other products like this. So I'm going to select this second option. So here you need to give a name. So I am giving it as a smart plug, and you can give a model number. This one is optional. You can skip it. So these are the features of the plug. Basically on right side, you can see there are many features which are required. So for this particular topology, these are the essential feature. You cannot skip that features. And at the left side, you can see that there are 4 additional features. So you can select whether you want from this feature or not. Suppose I'm selecting upper 2 features, cyclic time and the relay status. Then okay. So here all the features are coming which we have selected. So just quickly go through it. First is switch. So basically this feature is for switching your plug on and off. The another one is countdown. This one is for timer, and the other related 17 to the 25. These are related to the power metering. So these are related to the voltage, current, and the power consumption. And the last 2 features are relay status. What is the status of relay, and the cyclic time. This is also related to timer. So I'll tell you later about the cyclic time in the at the time of app development. So just quickly move to the device panel. So in device panel, there are 4 options you can select with. First one is visualized DIY panel. Second one is all-in-one panel. Third is SDK, and the fourth is other panel. So any of these option you can select. So let me just quickly go through it. So visualized DIY panel is a panel in which you can develop your own device panel by just dragging and dropping the blocks. We have a UI workbench. So on that you can create your own customized panel. And third one and the second one is all-in-one panel. So here you can see there are pre-developed panels are there. You can select any one of between them, among them. And the third one is SDK based panel. So if you want to create your own panel, if you have your own development team, if you want to create the panel by that development team, so you can download the SDK and you can create your own panel. That is also fine for us, our platform. And suppose among these 3 options you don't want anything, you don't want to create your own panel, you don't like any selected options, and even you can't create your own customized panel. So the fourth option is custom panel, in which you can contact Tuya, and Tuya can create a panel for you according to your requirement. So just let me quickly go through a DIY panel for you. So in which you can design your own customized panel. So in your panel, what type of screen you want, full screen scrolling or partial rolling, like this, you can select between them. So I'm selecting the first one, full screen scrolling. So here is the app panel is coming. So you can quickly design your own panel. Like suppose I'm putting a plug, center it. So you just need to drag and drop this type of option. Here are on left side, you can see now there are many options. Suppose you want to create switch here, and I just need to add one more point. You can add from here at that attribute. So I'm adding countdown, and the other one, suppose I need to add one more page. So suppose I'm adding power, or maybe you can say page 2. So I'm adding an additional page at home screen. I'm adding one more point from where you can go to the page 2. Suppose for power, and set a function, set a root. You can go to the panel page, then select page 2. So in your app, whenever you click on a power, this page 2 will open. So what you want on a page 2, suppose you can you just may uh, add some function of power measurement like this. So whenever you click on a power button, it will go to the page 2, and on page 2 you can see the power consumption and all, and you can add other function as well, like we add on our first page. So let me go to the another one. So this is a very quick overview of this DIY panel. So I'm going back and taking to the other options. So as of now, I'm selecting from a ready-made panels. So this one, from any one of this, so I'm selecting this one, dark socket template 4. So you can see there is already selected, and if you want to feel this panel how is before developing a product, you can feel this panel by scanning this QR code, which is coming on the right side. By scanning this QR code, there is a virtual device will be added in your app. From there you can feel how this panel is look like, how this all the function are working. So I'm just quickly going to the hardware debugging. At hardware debugging, you need to select which module you want in your product. So in block diagram, I show you a Tuya module, and at the schematic as well. So this one is a Tuya module. From these 4 modules, you can select any one of these according to your application. So I'm selecting the first one, WB2S. This one is a horizontal. This one is a vertical mount, and the other one is horizontal mount. So in plug, we recommend the vertical mount modules as it takes less space. So after selecting the model, you need to configure the firmware. So in what we are doing in the configuration of the firmware, whatever we selected, let me show you. Whatever we selected here, how your PCB is designed, from which pin your power metering switch LED relay is connected, we need to select it on the cloud. At the time of PID creation, we need to select that pins of the module. So you can operate it in a proper way. So for power metering, this one is a power metering section. For power metering, if you are using any other IC, you can select from this list. I'm using this first option, first IC only, so I'm selecting this one only. So what is the shunt resistor you are using for measuring the current and measuring the power and all? So you can put the value here, and other 3 pins which is connected to the controller. So which pin is connected to which IC pin, so you can select it from here like this. So other one is network setting. So you can choose whether how you want to reset the plug, how you want to make a plug in a pairing mode. So default is 5 seconds. You need to 5-second long press to the switch, then the product will go into the pairing mode. But you can decrease or increase according to your need, and even you can select other option as well. So I'm taking it as it is. And this option is for LED. Where is the indication LED is connected? It is on in mine is PWM 0 only, but if it is at a different pin in your circuit, you can select it. So I'm taking it as a default settings. So this one is a button pin, at which pin switch or tactile button is connected, and this one is a relay pin from which relay is connected. So I'm generating the firmware. So as you can see, firmware is already generated. Here you can see the firmware key. The module is WB2S. The chipset is BK7231, and the firmware version is 1.3.5. So I recommend to export the settings. So you can export it from here for the feature used. Now move to the product configuration part. So here there are few options like you can configure how to you can configure the network configuration guide. Suppose you want to something custom created instruction, you can put it here. So these are the default, this one we are using, but you can change it. So like this, there are options. In this, there is a voice platform as well, like this. So just move to the next, testing service. So here you need to connect with our Tuya BD or maybe the Tuya PM, so they can help you further for providing a module samples and all, and you can test that module and then go to the mass production. So you need to provide this PID detail to them. There is a PID, you can see here. Now just quickly go through the demo of the plug, how you need to connect it. So this one is inside this housing only. So I'm going to show you how you can connect it, how you can operate it through app. So this one is visible, plug is visible to everyone. So I'm sharing screen from my mobile so everyone can get a better understanding. So just for adding a device, you need to switch tab on a plus button. You can tab on a socket. So this one you need to put a SSID and the password here. So mine is already saved here. So you might be put a you might be type next. So the next. So before checking market, I'm putting it in a pairing mode. You can see the video as well. For keeping in a pairing mode, you need to press switch for 5 seconds and then it will go into the pairing mode. Now LED is blinking. So device is getting paired as now. So it's already registered on the cloud. Now initializing all the parameters. Yeah, it's initialized. So we can tap on a done. So I'm just putting something visual load to the output of this so that you can understand when it is getting on and off. So I'm power off, power on. Maybe you can see it's visible, I guess. So let me quickly go through the other options like timers. So in timer, basically it is a scheduler. So at what time you want to plug it on and off, you can select it here. Like I'm setting up a timer at 15:38, and I'm selecting off state, then save. So at 15:38 it will get off. So simultaneously I select as a on one, and okay, this is already on, save. So at 15:41 it will get on automatically. So like this you can select a multiple timers, you can schedule a multiple. And another option is countdown. So in this option, basically you can select any time, and after that time the plug will get off automatically. So I have selected after 1 hour it will get off automatically. So the third option is electric. In this you can see all the measuring data, power measuring data, like current, voltage, power, output power, and like so on. So here the graph will become, it will show your usage pattern. So how you are using, how the consumption is going on. So is it already connected? Let me stop sharing the screen. So live demo is already completed, and that's all from my side.
Thank you, Arpit. That's so much about today's session. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. And here's how you can stay connected with us. Go visit our website, developer.tuya.com, and get started to develop your own smart devices. And you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook for more Tuya Lab episodes. See you next time.